Yeah. So until yesterday, we went through this input statement, right? Uh, um, so how do we modify the input statement, right? In terms of when we get the data, in a deformed order. So how to read the data properly, right? With the help of few modifiers. Okay. So today, we're gonna deal with some other, data statements. Okay, where where we need to, in terms of whenever we need to do some kind of data manipulations, or or data changes, then we have to use these kind of statements.
Mhm.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So first we're gonna start with this data type. So what are the data types? So namely, we have two data types. One is character, other one is numeric.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. So the default is, I mean, whenever you don't specify when a dollar symbol, to make sure that that particular variable is a character, so it will be a default as numeric. And if the data is not numeric, then there will be missing values in the output data set. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. So if you only and if you only specify a dollar symbol, so it treats the particular value to be character. And when in terms of in terms of when we initialize the particular variable as a character, it will read both numeric and character data. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. And the next one is a length statement. Okay. So the last point here is, I mean, in terms of data, so as you know, the calc data is left aligned, and and the numeric is right
Okay.
aligned, right,
Mhm.
ma'am? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And the next one is label statement. So this label statement, sorry, length
Length.
statement, length statement. So this length statement is useful to is useful to allocate a length for a particular variable. Okay. So, for example, I just want to allocate a length for a new variable which I'm creating in the particular data set. Okay.
Mhm.
For example, I just want to allocate the length for a variable which I'm going to read from the external source. Anything. So in that way, so normally what we do is we just we just write an informat here stating that dollar 17 dot.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Instead of that, we can directly mention before the execution, length
Correct.
name 17 dot. Okay,
So we can mention either here, like, or the input.
right, ma'am. Yeah,
Yeah.
and this one, yeah, it lists 17 characters.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah. So it's it's always useful to just provide this length statement before the sets, before the set statement, or before the
Mhm.
input statement. I mean, before the variable has been assigned. Okay. The thing
Okay.
is, you should always assign the length statement before all this, because um, before creating a new variable, the length should be defined. Otherwise, when you know when otherwise the default when you don't otherwise if you use length statement after the set or input statement,
Mm.
the default is 8 characters, right? For a particular variable that will
Yeah.
be taken.
Okay. So it will
Yeah.
not take like
Yeah.
17. Okay.
Exactly. For example, if this is the one. So previously, what we have done, we have assigned 17, and say
Mm.
and in the same thing, we are assigning length to be 10.
Then yeah.
Okay, let's see. You see here, uh,
Yeah.
multiple
But
lengths have been were specified for the variable name by the input data sets.
okay.
Okay, so this
Location of
cause truncation of data. So this will happen anyways.
yeah.
Yeah. So the
So it will take like the default like eight characters.
no, here we have mentioned length 10.
10. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so it will take 10. So for example, if I write this particular thing after set statement,
Mm.
now we will see what happens. Okay, length of character variable has already been set. Okay, has already been
Mm.
set. Use length statement as the very first statement in the data step to declare
The
the
length
length
of
of character variable. So thing is, here it says this, I know at this point of step, length, length will not work, and it will take the length of previous dataset itself.
okay. Yeah.
Okay, so if you see here, the data is hasn't been truncated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So previously we have mentioned right the 17.
yeah, exactly. We have mentioned 17 here, so it took the 17 which is in the DS1 dataset.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to alter the length of a particular variable, always it should be written before the set or input statement.
Mm. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. The next one is label statement. Yeah, label. So label is something that okay. So it is not. It just only provides an alias name to a particular variable.
Variable.
Yeah. Mm. So that is the only use of label. Oh my God. Let it go. Yeah, this label. Use of what for which variable? Name, sex, sal. Okay. For name, if you see here, normally if you don't provide the label, it will be
Mm-hmm.
uh, the same. Label and name will be same, the same variable name. Only if we provide a label name, then it will change. Change to EMP name.
Okay.
Yeah, and sex to be gender, and salary to be salary income in that way. Okay, so that's the use of label. So it's used only to provide a alias name to particular
Variable.
variables. Yeah. For example, I have given label name for name equal to EMP name sex equal to null, and salary equal to income.
Yeah.
Okay, you see sex here, it will be the same. What do you call this variable name? Even if you provide equal to null
Mm.
for label sex in terms of no, the label statement sex equal to null, so it will still create. It will don't it don't create null label name. It will create just the label name as per the variable.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is used here. Yeah. So here another one is uh, whenever we write the label statement
Mm-hmm.
after the input statement. Okay. So if you see here, if I write the label statement after the input statement, so the output so in the output data set, so if you see here, so in the output okay, so in the output data set, the variables will flow in the input order, input variables order. Okay. So whenever we mention label statement after the input statement in the
Mm-hmm.
output data set, the variables will flow in the input order in this way, ma'am, as I'm highlighting.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But if you mention the label statement before the input statement, the in the output data set, the the variables will flow in the label statement order.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. We'll just see here. Yeah, that when whatever variable is. Okay, next. This one. Okay, input ID name. Okay. If you see here, so we have given label equal to name equal to null. Okay,
Null
general.
sets
Yeah,
defender shall to null.
yeah. So we have given label after the input statement. So the output data set, the input, the variables will be in the input order. Name,
Yeah.
ID
Mm.
name. Yeah,
Let's say
yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
yeah. So for example, you mentioned this one. So this is before the input.
Mm-hmm.
So you may think that we have given label to only few of the variables, not all, right?
Name,
Yeah.
not all.
Yeah, so it will consider whatever the variables we have provided in the label statement, those will
Mm-hmm.
come first and the rest will come next.
Okay.
Yeah. So just remember here we have given name, sex, sal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we'll put in name, sex, sal and the remaining ID, age after
Oh,
salary. Yeah.
just okay.
Yeah.
So if we don't want to change the input like variables name, so we have to use like after the
Yeah.
label
After input, ma'am.
after input.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 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 And now let's go into this keep statement. So we have went through keep option.
Yeah.
Okay. The similar way, the other way is keep statement. Data ds set keep name age. Right. Next example is keep name college. Keep name college. Okay. Next example. Yeah. So keep statement is something that where we can use anywhere in the particular data step. So here we have written only here we have written only just the three steps of data. Normally, in the
Mm.
real time, it will be almost it can have some n number of steps, right? So we
Mm.
can use this keep statement anywhere in the anywhere in the provided data step. Okay, within the data and run statement. Okay, but in terms of keep option is only is only been it should be confined to the data set itself. So wherever we use a data set, only at that point the keep option works. Okay, only at that point the keep option is to be used. Okay,
Okay.
for example, this statement, we can use. For example, I have many lines here in between. Okay, I
Mm.
can use keep statement anywhere, between set data and the run
Run.
statement.
Mm.
But in terms of keep option, I have to use after this data sets. I mean, after the data sets I've mentioned, after DS, first data set, and after the set data set.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, and the other one is keep statement. Uh, keep statement. It only works with the data step, but in terms of proc step, it won't work. So in terms of proc step, we have to use keep option, because in proc step we use data sets, right? Okay,
Mm.
so that's the reason, and we can happily use the keep option in terms of proc step procedures. Yeah,
Mm.
because it just needs it just need a bracket, and within that we have to provide the option. Okay, so here the advantage is keep statement works. I mean, keep statement works before PDV, and option works after PDV. So that is the only advantage with this keep statement. So
Okay.
if I see this one, if I run this one, so I just want to keep name, age, height.
Age and height.
Yeah, and
Age and
next,
height.
yeah, sorry, both are same. Yeah, name, age, height, and this one is name and age. If we go into the log, so I mean there won't be a difference in terms of CPU. I mean CPU time. Okay, see here. But in terms of if you handle large data sets, okay, so based on the keep statement or the keep option, the CPU time changes. I mean, no, the runtime changes. Okay,
Mm.
so normally, anything used before PDV. So before PDV, which means, so before the data, before the data are assigned to the particular variables. Okay, so we are dropping at that moment. No, we are dropping the variables at that moment itself, so that the data will be assigned only to the variables available apart from the keep statement in the
Mm.
PDV, right, ma'am?
Mm.
But in terms of option, what happens is all the data gets processed. Okay,
Mm.
after PDV, after the data has been assigned to the particular variables. Okay,
Mm.
after that only we are removing the no we are no we are dropping the other variables by the keep statement.
Okay.
You got the difference, ma'am?
Yeah.
You mean you you remember the PDV, right, ma'am? Input buffer PDV and the descriptor
Yeah.
information, the compilation phase, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at the
You used to
yeah,
separate it.
the compilation phase. So whatever happens before PDV. So in the PDV, the data gets assigned to the variables. Okay.
Mm.
So we are removing the variables before the data is getting assigned.
Mm.
When the data gets assigned, so it will assign the data to the variables which are available.
Mm.
Okay, so which means that, for example, if I have 10 variables, okay,
Mm.
out of 10, I'm dropping around 6 variables. Okay,
Mm.
so those 6 variables will be removed before the data gets assigned to the particular variable. Okay, so there will be only 4 variables available in the particular data set. So these
Mm.
4 variables will be assigned to the particular data.
Okay.
Okay, so
Mm.
for example, this is input buffer, this PDV. Okay, so the data comes into here, and
Mm.
then it gets assigned to the variable.
Great.
So column names.
Mm.
Okay. Ma'am,
Mhm.
ma'am, okay, okay. One second, ma'am. Oh.